as my friends sitting at that podium know, I've long been an advocate for exporting American energy, fossil fuel energy, to shore up and to support energy security in Europe. The chickens are coming home to roost. We absolutely need to continue the policy of exporting crude oil out of our country, something that I pushed very hard for and was successful in getting done when I was a senator. We also need to expedite LNG terminals, not just to the west, but also to the east. And so I think we've got to start educating people on the need to balance all of these policies with energy security in this country. I tell my friends on the left, look, if you want certainty in climate policy, you have to marry them with energy security. And if you don't do that, you won't have certainty and you won't get what you want. You will delay it because you've gone to the extreme. And so we're seeing this now in terms of the policies. And I don't know what John Kerry said, but let me tell you, we are not going to solve this problem with Putin and energy if we do not create some energy security from Europe. And I think the former governor is right. I think the former senator is right, that we need to have realistic investment policies, not just for the source of energy, because we know where the energy is. Our big challenge is transmission of energy. And we can't get from A to B because we can't site a pipeline that would bring natural gas to the Northeast and eliminate oil burning facilities. And so we've got to have an energy security policy which balances the interest. We've got to be energy agnostic in terms of the fuel source. We know, because of the work that we've done on carbon capture, natural gas can become a zero-sum emitter, but you can't get them there if you are cutting off their investment to do that kind of development. And so, right now, if you're in Congress, what you're worried about is you're worried about hacking. You're worried about the security of the energy grid. Yes, we need to deal with all of that. But this is a critical reminder that we have got to have energy security as part of our climate policy.
Hey, Judd, when Joe read your email yesterday, and maybe I didn't understand it, or it just described differently, and I agree with you, as you're speaking now about the policy and approach that Europe is taking, there's no question that there is an issue that clearly has now reared its ugly head. Having said that, I don't think that it applies per se to at least where we are in the United States when it comes to energy policy. And so the way your email originally read was being described as something happening here. What's happening here is very different. It actually is to the degree, first of all, we are exporting, to the degree that there is a sort of free market ESG thing going on. We can discuss whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. Some people would argue, by the way, that what should really be happening is this should accelerate clean energy, that actually this should accelerate investments in other forms of clean energy, including nuclear. I mean, that's the truth. I know it's an unpopular thing for a lot of people to talk about, but those are the kinds of things you'd think that should come of this, no?
Well, the simple fact is that our policy right now in this country is to try to dry up and choke off the capital which is going to flow, which should be flowing to our energy production companies and to the people who use that energy and develop uses for that energy. You've got FERC just coming out with a series of proposals which will basically end pipelines, period, the thing that Heidi was just saying we need so badly. You've got almost all your major good funds saying, no, you can't put money into capital investment into companies which have a significant.
But Judd, that's the free. Judd, the hilarious.
That's not the free market. That's being driven by political correctness developed at the New York Times.
Here's the Wall Street
Journal.
BlackRock is not doing this because there's a law. Hold on.
Yeah, it is because there's a law. What's the social cost of capital?
BlackRock is not doing this because a new law has been created.
Yeah, they are. Here's the Wall Street Journal today. The Wall Street Journal, the social cost of capital of carbon, the Biden administration wants it to go to $51 per ton. It was previously $7. Here's A2 in the
Right.
Wall Street Journal. Every lease that you're going to get for new drilling now has to take into account a, what is that, 6-7 times the amount of social cost of carbon. It's Keystone. It's one thing after another. What do you mean it's not coming from the Biden administration? There's regulation layered over regulation, layered over regulation that have caused this. That's total crap.
I do think the ESG movement.
It has.
You think Larry Fink has been writing
It
these?
was a fire engine number
You
one
think
went after
Larry Fink has
ExxonMobil
been
and had
writing these
BlackRock.
letters for a decade?
Right, and had BlackRock to back it up.
Larry Fink is writing these letters for a decade because he's being instructed by the government to do this?
It's a free market, Jed.
No.